Hunter Henry last year, 66 receptions, 97 targets, 674 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Thoughts on Hunter Henry?
So Henry's a guy that I like a lot coming into 2025, and I think he's a guy who could pretty easily uh, jump his way up this list as far as final standings go. I do think Drake May did enough, right? We're going to see if he can and take that next step in his sophomore season. Obviously, the new coaching staff in New England, but it all does come down to where are your weapons? Is Diggs going to be ready to go? Um, but I do think Hunter Henry proves a good red zone target for Drake May. And I do think that he did enough that even with Austin Hooper around, Hunter Henry is going to be probably at least a scripted in point of this offense, right? He averaged um, 6 targets a game last year, 66 receptions. So I see numbers like that. It's the 2 touchdowns. I think he ends up with at least 4. So I do think we see a bump out of there. So even if the numbers hold the same, get a couple extra touchdowns. I mean, hell, guys, he finished tied in 12 and half-point PPR scoring last year. I don't see him taking a big step back. I mean, I understand the receiving yards and the receptions both were career highs for him, but it didn't seem like it was all too difficult to get to that mark with Drake May under center. So I see another step forward, and he's a guy for like a second tight end I'm absolutely targeting because I think there's a ton of value to be had there. I'm a go for Hunter Henry this year.
I'm not sure why he's this far down. You're right, Kevin. Tight end 12 last year. I guess the touchdowns is what is scaring people. But I mean, they're not playing a terribly difficult schedule, right? So their 7th strength of schedule this year. There aren't a ton of teams on this schedule that scare me more than New England scares me. So they'll be competitive in those games. So yeah, I'm not sure why he's being faded so much in this, other than simply the Stephon Diggs effect, I guess, is maybe what that is. That's probably what is driving down his tight end value is the fact that Stephon Diggs is now in town. But I mean, I think it's a fair game again in best ball. These guys in this back half are kind of all best ball picks for me, because I typically only draft one tight end and then I stream. It's just a strategy that I've kind of employed.
I do think there's some value here when it comes to Hunter Henry, right? When he and Drake May certainly did seem to build some chemistry early on in the season, and you saw that kind of continue through it. This is a team that still had a lot of growing pains last year. And I do think that we see some positive regression when it comes to touchdowns in this one, and see him a little bit more kind of around that mean. And I'm pretty close to where Kevin is. I think 4 or 5 touchdowns sounds about right for him. Still probably around 600 yards. So I could very well see him in a low end tight end 1, right? Like finishing anywhere from tight end 11 to tight end 15 on this one. So I do see some tremendous value when it comes to this, and certainly a guy that I don't mind taking as my like a late round tight end type of strategy.